Happy New Year, everyone! What a year 2020 has been. Now that we've rung in the new year, it's natural that we may be contemplating a new intention or maybe a new goal that we want to set for the new year. It just so happens that a huge part of my job as a music therapist is formulating goals with the people that I work with, and then choosing music therapy interventions in order to achieve those goals together. So this video is all about goals in music therapy. I specialize in working with seniors, and today I want to focus on 2 goals that my clients and I are often working towards together in a music therapy session. The first goal is to increase social interaction. One of the many ways that my clients and I have been able to increase social interaction within a music therapy session is by singing familiar songs from the client's youth. I find that singing familiar songs from my clients' youth can spark long-term memories and inspire reminiscence and conversation with others. Oftentimes, the groups of seniors that I'm working with have grown up learning and singing the same songs. This musical connection between group members and our therapeutic relationship allows group members to connect with each other and myself in an emotional and meaningful way. However, sometimes listening to meaningful music from our youth can bring up a lot of emotional discomfort. This is where the therapeutic relationship between the music therapist and the client is so important. If my client is listening to familiar music or meaningful music from their youth and it brings up a lot of emotional discomfort for them, I am there with my therapeutic and counseling skills to help them work through and process those emotions. Now I would like to share a story about one of the clients that I worked with. Our goal was to increase their social interaction within the music therapy sessions. This client was experiencing dementia due to Alzheimer's disease. Due to the progression of their dementia, this person no longer verbally communicated in English with the staff or with other residents. This person was referred to music therapy because of the large role that church and music had played in their life. In years prior, this person expressed that a huge part of their spirituality was engaging in music and singing along to hymns, and that was a huge part of their church life. So during our music therapy sessions, I would sing and play hymns on my guitar. I would also encourage the client to reminisce on this music and the time in their life in which they engaged in that music. As we continued our music therapy sessions and our therapeutic relationship continued to grow, the resident began singing the English words along to the hymns that I was singing. It appeared that singing the English hymns was helping this client remember more English words. As time went on, this client began formulating more English sentences and was socially interacting with me more and more. By the end of our last session, this client said to me, "Thank you so much for the music, it meant so much to me." As I mentioned before, I am a music therapist that specializes in working with seniors, and decreasing anxiety and confusion is a common goal that my clients and I are trying to achieve together in a music therapy session. I remember working with a client that had difficulty with their short-term memory. About every 4 to 5 seconds, this client would express agitation and anxiety about not knowing where their daughter was. When I would respond to the client and let them know that their daughter was at work, the client would often nod their head, expressing that they understood what I was saying and say, "Okay." However, 4 to 5 seconds later, the anxiety and agitation would return, as this client would ask again, "Where is my daughter?" However, when this client was engaged in music, their anxiety and agitation would appear to significantly decrease. When I would sing and play on my guitar songs from their youth, this client would smile, snap their fingers, this client would move to the music, and sometimes this client would even play small percussive instruments with me. This is one example of how being engaged in a music therapy session and engaged with a music therapist can help a client to decrease their anxiety and confusion. Thank you for visiting my channel and for listening to this video about goals in music therapy when working with seniors. Before we go, I encourage you to acknowledge the very difficult year that we have all just experienced in 2020. As we move into the new year, I encourage you to take a moment to reflect inward and think about an intention you might want to set, an intention or a goal, and let me know what that is in the comments below.